Okay, good evening. We're gonna make a stream about electric vehicles, electric cars, about EU, European Union emission targets for the cars and that kind of stuff. And let's start looking at some stuff online. So yeah, here we have what we want to do today is make this graph but make it better and have new data in here. There are these very small points here in 2025, 2030 and 2035 that are not very distinguishable, and then there's this line here. So this is showing the average CO2 emissions from new passenger cars in the European Union. CO emissions as grams of CO2 per kilometer. So EU is wants to have this at 0 by 2035. In practice, that's going to mean that we're going to have all the new cars will be electric vehicles. And yeah, but there's a possibility for some hydrogen, maybe, or some like what they call like this synthetic fuels or something like that. But I think a lot of people think that those are not gonna be very successful. So we'll see, but it'll be mostly at least be battery electric vehicles. So there was this or there's this, like, I think this is the newest data there is, that is kind of like official data, and then we have here for 2023 we have this approximation data which shows, like, I think this is the EU average, so I think maybe you cannot even select it, but that should be the EU average. Yeah, it's also like, oh, across EU 27, Iceland and Norway. Oh, so this was the tricky part, why I had to do these calculations before I have to. Yeah, I think I will have to calculate the EU average myself, so it's gonna be worse than this. Oh, it's gonna be something like 107, I think, or something like that. Let's see if they have EU 2023 passenger car emissions, because I wonder if there was wait a minute. Yeah, I wonder if there's been a news about this, because this was like a very fresh set of data. Yeah, this includes does include the I wonder if they have here just for the EU. Like here they are like only talking about the combination of all of these. Yeah, I think I will have to do this calculation by myself, but let's first, we're gonna read in. Do we have the European Union? Where are we reading? Okay, here it is. It's the European Union here. So let's see if this gets to work. Table is caged. Okay, that should be fine. So I'm just gonna. I'm using here some old code that I have. So I'm. This is a command that reads in the data from the Eurostat site, so it is this data here, so we are reading in this table, and then we are doing some kind of modifications for the table, so it's gonna be in a little bit nicer format. And I think we want to have we only want to have the data from 2017 onwards, because this is where we get this there was this change in how they calculate the car emissions, and I think they started this new system in like 2021, but they have modified this old data until from 2017 onwards to like 2020 to show these values or what they are like. So where were we? So we have this one, and then yeah, here we have so it should be higher than 2016, so we're gonna go with that. And this is just some stuff that we are doing here. So here what's happening is we are making so now we're gonna, let's see what, okay, there's some errors here, something's gone wrong. So we are wrong sign in by argument. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think that's it's the merge columns. I wonder how how did I manage to get this? It's the old one, yeah. Okay, so I don't think this mark stuff is needed actually. So let's go again. So yeah, so now we're gonna see we're gonna put this away, and we're gonna see. So here we have the data, or this kind of like, okay, we have 0 observations. So where did we go wrong? We have 0 observations here as well, and here. Okay, this is where we have some yeah, it might be that they have changed some names of some of the variables here. So here's like a time period variable. So yeah, we do go until 2022. I don't think we've managed with this one. Yeah, we haven't. So we are at, let's see. And we have this. This is fine. So let's try. Maybe we don't have the time. We have the time variable, but it's not working. There's this time period variable. How did we get the time variable in the first place? Okay, I think here we just have to put here the time period. This is a little bit annoying that they have changed this. Like that. And yeah, now we're getting somewhere. So let's continue here. Let's see if we get. Okay, now we have 175 observations, and it seems to work out. And we were looking at, yeah, we have so we are now gonna do the So we are making this kind of that already has the data structure, and then we're just gonna replace the values here. And now this is gonna be a little bit of annoying process, or this is gonna be not very, because I haven't found a way to actually extract this data here. Like there's this data table explorer, but I think this is just about it has every, I think it has like every individual car model, and there is no way. Okay, here are these car counts. Like I only want to get kind of like the averages per country, but this is showing this is somehow structured to show all of the cars, so it's not really working out. So what we have to do is, and I haven't found a way to extract this information directly. What about this inspect? Okay, this seems pretty nice actually. You can download CSV. Is there a code for this? Can I copy this? Is there a way to? Because I'm looking at to find like some kind of link. So let's see first, like what do they have? If I download this, average emissions by country, and do they have EU here? Because that would solve everything if they have. Okay, let's set this aside. And you're not seeing this actually because it's in the. They don't have the. Okay. This is. Where are we looking at this? but I still haven't I haven't found a way on how to. What's the link for if I want this? Also another page here. I managed to get it on my computer, and it might be just easiest if I just copy paste those numbers. So what about those? There's also be these how many cars there are per country. And this is just so it might be this. This average emissions, car registrations. Let's see, inspect, and let's see what this brings actually. No, this is just like it's just that we have the data behind visualization. What about? Okay, yeah, that's just requests. I think this is some. Yeah, I don't know what code this is. So let's get back here. There is some way. There is some way to find. This is also quite interesting. Like, kind of like by fuel type. Although it's very like it's bad. It's a little bit bad graph because they don't have like each label is not even present here. Average emissions by, is there a possibility to make some this is some customized time range. What's this? Last 5 years. Add to panel. Okay. I don't think this is doing it. I think it's just showing yeah, I don't think this is working for this. So let's see about this one. Here they have a number of registrations, but they should have this for all cars. Like, I wonder how did I count this before car register number of Well, how did I get the number of cars? Because I've done this like I know that I've done this also like maybe within last 2 years at least. There was some easier way to get these because I have here these quantities. Like, how did I get these? Let's take. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah, I don't think there is because here now we have total registrations. Can we do here that we select everything? No, it's just put those because we want this number and we are not getting. Now it's just like counting them every. Come on. There might be some shortcut somewhere that I'm not seeing. It's like this. If I just get like the whole bar here somehow. Why is it? Okay. Maximize panel. No. Inspect, like here, like the sum by the country. This would be. I wonder if it's faster for me to because now I have here in the Excel. Is it faster for me to I just wonder if I could get this. Can I get this? Can I get this linked somehow? I don't think there's a way. Because it's gonna dependent, but I could do is I could just download this and no. And then just read it. And I could do the same for the average emissions, which is but it might be actually how precise is this? Let's download. Let's do this again. I think we have it. Yeah, there's no more. There's like no added precision here. It doesn't really help. How do they have I'm just gonna look at something here. Yeah, I'm just thinking like, do I want to do this the hard way or kind of like the hard way or the slow way or the stupid way? I think I'm just gonna do it the stupid way now. So what that means is we're just gonna copy and paste these values maybe. So let's see, here we get like what are the what's the order here? Like first we need the Austria. Yeah, it's not starting well. No, it has this empty space. Okay, let's. And then we have the, what is this, Belgium? Oh, I'm already regretting this a little. This cannot be true. Okay, it might be true actually because it's been such a long time. So next one is, I think that's Bulgaria. So there's a high value there, and then we have this HR, which I never remember, but I think it might actually, I don't have to know it here. And this is like, I'm gonna mix this up at some point maybe. So that's what I'm a little bit worried about, that at some point. Yeah, but these are actually, yeah, these are also I would have to, that's like 5. I'm gonna have to remember at all times like where I'm going. That's like 5. So yeah, these actually they have why isn't this working? Do we even use this? We shouldn't have like stuff like Iceland in here, but we have like how many? Okay. Do we have stuff like UK here as well? No. Okay, we don't have any extra countries here. So what I think I'm gonna do is, if we don't have like 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, like if we don't have extra countries, we should have 28 here. So yeah, but we have like stuff like Iceland here. Okay, but it doesn't really matter because, okay, here, okay, this is where we remove those extra countries actually. But yeah, so I should have 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's maybe 11. And how many are we left with? It's 8. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not adding up. So what's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is okay, but we just leave here 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's only one. I don't know what's the one country that's but what this is, why we do this, that it's easier to keep count if we get this first row here first that you are actually not seeing totally. I'm gonna do a little bit of, okay, I hope this doesn't mess it up. Yeah, so we have this this row here, but yeah. So we have 127.2, which was this HR, which was 4th. Then we have this Cyprus, and I think why I'm doing this like now because I had the choice to do this the sophisticated way as well, but maybe I'm too tired to do it now. But this is I think this is more fun in a sense that we don't have to, in some sense we don't have to focus so much. So that was Cyprus, so this is now Czechia. Okay, what actually is there like an extra? Why are we producing this? Why is there this extra? Okay. Okay, and next we have Denmark. I think it's here. Yeah, Denmark is pretty low. . then we have okay. I think I'm gonna go back. I think I'm gonna actually do the sophisticated method. So I'm gonna download this. If this works, because I think I will have to do this every year. So if this works out, then I can just do this again every I will just have to download it from the site and then give it the same name that I gave it last year, and then I could just otherwise just run the command, something like that. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm moving the Excel file that I just downloaded. I'm moving it to my kind of like RStudio folder where I keep all the. So it's easy to read in. Let's see. Also, my computer has gotten pretty. Okay, so now we have it here, and now we go. Let's see, something to read it in. So let's go here. I think it's just actually. Let's just try read.csv, and then I gave it the name emis. So I think I have to maybe do it this. So let's see what kind of thing we are getting here. So yeah, so here we have it now. So these are the numbers that I wanted. So, and you can see Norway here 14.5. I think the fonts are okay. Let's do the same thing for the numbers of the cars. So this gets a little bit more tricky, and I'm gonna show you why, but I think it's quite doable. So here, download CSV. I wonder what the raw CSV is. Dates as timestamps. I don't know. But we're just gonna do this. And we're gonna copy paste it here. We're gonna give it another name. As soon as we get there. Okay. And now we read it in, and I'm gonna show you why it's a little bit more tricky, but not too tricky, I would say. So here are the numbers. So let's take a look. I'm gonna actually, I think we can stop maybe using that now and just focus on our. So numbers here, yeah, like we have for each country we don't have the total number, we only have these sectors like petrol, diesel, electric, and then these hybrids. So we'll have to calculate maybe a new column here that's the total of those. So maybe we'll do that first. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna just name these columns again. So, and also turn this to a data table. And then we're gonna name maybe it goes like this. So what was the first one? Oh yeah, geo. So that's gonna be, then that's gonna be nice because it's gonna, we have this same for these two code, like these countries in this, I don't know, what do you call it? 2-letter codes, so it's gonna be the same one. So that's gonna be useful later when we join this data to the already existing datasets. And the second one is sector, and then we have the, oops, we're just gonna call it something like number. So let's see if this did this work. Could I actually have this if I had it here like that? Yeah. So this works. So now we're gonna make let's do it like this. I always forget how this. So we make total is sum of numbers by this geo. So it's gonna count all in this number column by each geo, but I'm not actually sure about this part of the command. I never remember how to do this, but I think we're gonna figure it out. Yeah, it doesn't. Let's see where, I think somewhere where did we do this? Yeah, it's this. I don't know, this is about joining. I think it's a little bit different, but we could try this on command actually. Let's see. No. Where are we calculating averages? Or this kind of like sum. I'm just gonna bring out one of my I have this thing here where I've tried to like collect some variables that, or like some commands. Every time it's useful to have this, like every time I get a new command and try to bring it here. No, so it might just be that. Let's see if I just have by here. No. Okay, I have to take this out of the parentheses. No. Like here, I think I think it should work like this. If this works, some number. I should have this somewhere. Okay. Because this is such a basic. Okay, we're gonna go and get the data table cheat sheet and find out by group here. Okay, I think I'm doing it correctly. It is data table by for every group. What's wrong now? By unused argument. Let's read this in. Okay, now it works. I think I have. It wasn't a data table. Maybe I forgot to run this command, but okay. Let's see now. Yes. So now for Germany we have. Germany had. Yeah, it seems about right, like 2,735,000 total car registrations, and it seems that it would be the sum of these. So now we have that, and now we're gonna have let's make this in the data table first. This emission. And we're gonna name this so this one also here. We're gonna rename these columns as well. So we have we only have 2 columns here. So let's just use that emission. Let's go with emission like that. This would be nice if in RStudio, like it doesn't automatically update here. What if I change it? Okay, now it has. If I like go to a different file here or different kind of like script here, then it changes in between. Now we have both of those informations. So now if we have this one here like this. So what we want to do now is we want to join this first. So we want to calculate the average. Basically do this. Yeah, so we're just gonna join these two get together, and I'm gonna copy here, like this is a good command for that. So we are gonna make kind of like use this as the base, and we're gonna join this number graph, and yeah, we'll just use the number. The I here stands that like we are taking something from from this. Okay, we are taking something from this one here, and how do we actually? Oh, it's actually the total. Because if we detect the number, maybe because now this number it has all these, so it's gonna get confused, like because it's trying to add like 8 or 9 of the same number. So we're gonna do first that we're gonna only leave the sector. So then we only have one number per country. So let's have here sector is petrol. So now we're only gonna leave the sector like that. So now if we go back, I wonder if there's like a refresh button here. I don't know. So okay, now this should work. So we would get the total for each country. and we link it with this geo variable. So now we did that. Okay, it's called a number here, but it doesn't matter. Okay, now we have all the information to calculate the EU average, basically. And it's this one. So we're gonna do so we're gonna make the sum of like how much emission there is in all of the this is the total emissions per somehow like hello this is new cars. I think I had it, and this is like actually like this is like for each country here. Yeah, and this is like, I think this is very new data. This is from 2023, and I have like in the Eurostat page. So I'm just like adding this, because we don't have the official data. So I'm kind of like adding it myself but they don't have the. I'm only interested in the EU average, but they don't have the EU average here. They have the EU, Iceland, and Norway average here. So, and that's 106.6. So I will have to calculate the EU average by myself by multiplying the each country's average emissions by the amount of cars sold in each country, and then dividing that by the total number of cars in EU or something like that. But it's super stupid, and yeah. And I actually used to input these by hand, but now I downloaded some Excels. But yeah, so here we multiply the emission with the number for each. Wait a minute, what are we doing actually? Are we doing the right thing? Okay, yeah, because here later then we are. Okay, this here we are doing the EU, yeah, EUification, yeah, kind of like. Yeah, I think it should be fine. So some number. So this should now bring the EU average, this average thing here. So let's try. First do this one and see what we get. So this is now some kind of like total emissions in new car thing, and now we get the average per car in EU. Maybe. So this is actually now okay. We didn't do this. We forgot to do this because I was thinking that how can this be the same? But we didn't drop the Norway and all of the others. So other extra countries here. So let's do this. So we don't have the okay, let's just, it's we don't have EU, we have, so it's so geo, if geo is in that's for like NO, and I think this is Iceland, the IS. I don't think we even have UK here anymore. Yeah, it's not like we only have like the Iceland and Norway are just like the only ones causing this trouble. So here now we should have a smaller. Yeah, we have 27 countries, and then when we do this now, we should get a little bit higher. No. Oh, actually, yeah, we have to do this first. Okay, maybe this is the issue that we did this in wrong order. Or no, actually, it shouldn't be. What's the issue? Why aren't we getting new average? Okay. I'm just gonna try and close this. Maybe it's just not updating or something in the. Okay, yeah, now it works. Yeah, it's very like this is like one thing that I would like to have, like the Air Studio to or the POSIT or whatever. Like the focus is to get these. Like if I have a data table or a data frame open here, to get them to update in real time. But maybe that's like somehow very like computation intensive to always be on the lookout for how it's progressing, or like what's happening, and I don't know. So I'm just gonna change this to be now the value that we got here, which is let's get this. Just for the one, so we should get a single number now. So average. So this also makes this easier to use sometime in the future. Now, so what are we doing? Okay, yeah. So we are only leaving the EU country or the EU as a whole. We are not. So let's see. But now it has. What did we do there? But this is the most important thing. Like, do we have? But we don't have 20. Okay, but it's here. Yeah, that should be fine. 109.8. Is this correct now? 109.8. Do we have it here? I'm just checking that. Okay, yeah, it's correct. Okay, yeah, it should be fine. So it's not a very large drop, but there was quite a big slowdown in the. Like you see here, like 2020. Okay, we can. I think we should just draw the graph so it's easier to. So this code that I have here for drawing the graph, I think it's a bit outdated. I did this like 1.5 years ago. I used this. So it's not maybe suited for the yeah, I'm not sure what part of this is kind of like suited for the purpose that we are doing. So let's just try to get something like make some kind of graph, and then we like build up from that. So in the ggplot we have this EU car which we have, and then I'm just gonna take out all of this stuff here. I'm gonna take out everything that uses some other, like this target thing. I think these are maybe outdated. Yeah, these are outdated, but I could easily make these actually, because I have the this could be quite fast. Okay, I'm still gonna have it later. Okay, I just want to remove maybe all of these. Okay, I have another one here. I'm just gonna take this away, and let's see if we can get something done. EU car not found. Didn't we make EU car, or did we forget to do this? Object target, it's still using it somewhere. Okay, I forgot. Okay, we take out all of this stuff. Let's try again. Is this? Yeah. Okay, we get something drawn here. I think we need to what if we go from 2015? I still think that it's gonna take this stuff out and this. Okay, now it's showing the progress from 2017 onwards, like which is the earliest that we have some kind of how do you say it, the extrapolations, like when they switched these methods, so they did some recalculations on how what kind of values did we have on this new method. So I think those maybe are not so reliable, those earlier numbers, but so let's do some small fixes here. So we want this, and now we want also this should go until 2035. We're gonna have those targets there, so and this is one thing that's I think there's surprisingly a lot of annoyances with ggplot, and one of those that it doesn't seem to be so easy to control, like what are the limits of the graph. Like here I'm putting some kind of invisible point at year 2035 just to expand the graph until 2035, and that's kind of like, it should work from here, that if I have like the scale go until 2035, that should be enough to have it expand until there, but yeah, I don't know, you have to do all these tricks. Okay, here we have the historical emissions, and the 2035 is here on the top right, like extreme right, so you can basically see like how fast we have to go there. But now I'm gonna put get those EU targets there, and we have I think this is probably good. This is EEA, so basically EU Commission publication from March, and we have a little bit more updated data compared to this, but I think the I think here the targets are correct that they have here. So since 2021 the emission targets are expressed, so I think I should use this this one. So the target for years 2021 to 2024 is this 115 grams of CO2 per kilometer. And then we have from 2030 to 2030. Wait a minute, there's something in between. Yeah, here. What? Yeah, here 93.6 starting from next year. And now we have, let's see, we had 108 in 23, so, and it has to drop to 93.6 next year. So that's basically where we are. And we're not gonna include that all target. We're keeping these targets strictly with the new system. We have 49, and then we have 0. Okay, wait. We have, what's this TARP? Why do we have two targets here? I don't know what's going on. Why do we have TAR and TARP? Oh yeah, okay, maybe these, I don't know. Or maybe these have been some kind of my own, I don't know, because I did this for this kind of video to show I don't know, let's just, we are not gonna use these now, so we only have this TAR. Okay. We should have 2021. I don't know why it is until 2039. Okay. Okay, now let's try to get these targets back there in the graph. So we're gonna take this out. Yeah, these are some of the stuff that I have like made myself. Object M not found. What's M? Okay. There we have it. So the orange is showing the. So this is what I kind of like was annoyed about these targets, and I still am annoyed that there are these. It's kind of like this stepwise drop. Like every 5 years they make the targets like significantly stricter, but between those 5 years it's kind of like even, quite even. And I think it's not, this is not like quite the truth, because they had like some kind of like exceptions that gradually phase out, so it's a little bit more even, kind of like the reduction here, but it's still yeah, I don't think it's ideal, because because these targets, they are very like enforcing to the car manufacturers. If the car manufacturer doesn't stay within their targets, they will have to kind of like buy from some other car manufacturers. Like they have to pool kind of like their targets with some other car manufacturers, kind of like, so they have to pay them to be in the same pool of average car emissions. So it creates this pretty interesting and nice financial incentive. But now like if we do this every 5 years, that it gets stricter every 5 years, it doesn't keep this kind of like nice dynamic going. But like I think you can see here that like maybe this is part of the problem why in 2022 and 2023 the emissions haven't reduced by a lot, because there is no financial incentive. The financially intensive goes a lot stronger in 2025, but it would be nicer to have this smoother transition to that, so it would like keep the, because now I think some car manufacturers they're gonna like they're not gonna be kind of like reducing their emissions enough in the meantime before the actual strengthening of the target. So let's see actually what did they write here. Fleet 5 target for the years 2044 based on the new. This is equivalent. I think this, like when they calculated this 115.1, we didn't know in 2021 what the target was gonna be, because they had to do this recalculation thing. I think we might have gotten this number like maybe like 2022 or something like that. Yeah, I think there's probably like planning ahead. Like they might like plan here in 2023 that okay, in 2 years that's when we are gonna like strike or whatever, and maybe the car manufacturers, they have like long planning horizons, so yeah, it might work out. But I also think that because now there is this nice dynamic, like if there was this even kind of like continuous decrease towards the zero, then but now I think like because we have this jump every 5 years, the manufacturers are maybe not quite sure like what's gonna be how competitive it is gonna be, and how much are others willing to reduce their emissions, or how much are other car manufacturers like planning to produce these low emission vehicles. And so it's like and they have to a little bit guess, but if they did this every year, right, then there would emerge this more obvious pattern of like reduction speed and stuff like that. So I think this continuity, it brings this uncertainty. Of course, I think there might be some kind of hedging or some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of things might help here, but I don't know. I think it's a little bit gonna make these a little bit bigger, these points. Yeah, but I'm a little disappointed maybe also in 2022 and 2023 progress, but yeah, but there's been like lots of reasons why and a lot of this decrease is because of the electric vehicles getting more popular. I think there was a nice graph here also like that. This is like emissions by fuel type. So and I've seen like some time series graphs for Finland where there's been some decrease in like emissions of these petrol cars, like they consume less, like they become more fuel efficient, so this number goes down, but it's reaching its limit, or it's kind of like plateauing this this kind of like decrease now. So yeah, I think that's the reason. Yeah, I think I remember actually seeing in Finland at least that the diesel this average went up, but that's not too worrying because like the amount of diesel vehicles being registered has gone down, and maybe those who have remained have been those maybe like heavy duty stuff and something like that. And there's also been this, like there's these hybrids here where, okay, this is now like whole EU level, it's like they evaluate it to be 37.6 compared to, okay, here's like a petrol hybrid 35 grams, and the petrol like normal is 133, so that kind of like assumes that like the large majority of time like this could imply like 70-80% of the time it would be used in electric mode. I think there's been news that these are unrealistic, like these are too low. So, and that makes it that these averages are too low also. So people don't use the electric mode in these cars as much as they should, according to these. I'm not sure if we are actually doing some corrections for these or not, but maybe it would imply that they have done, because I don't know, this number I don't know, like in some older statistics this 2022 number used to be 108 point something, now it's 109 point something, so maybe that could be the reason why they have corrected it upwards, like if they did some recalculations on these hybrids or whatever, I don't know. But the hybrids, they have kind of like, I think they are at like 10% at EU level of the new registrations, and they've stayed there like for a couple of years. And the EVs, which are here at 0, have been increasing like quite slowly lately, which explains why this number hasn't gone down more here. And it also shows that like these like petrol and diesels, there's like limits to, or maybe they also have been like lacking some incentives, but I think there's like we are reaching the limits on how much they're ready. And of course some people are always gonna buy until 2035 those sports cars or whatever, that's or maybe some heavy duty vehicles or something like that that consume a lot. Yeah. And it's not looking, I think the spring numbers for 2024 are not looking that great either. But there's also like this very like, we shouldn't be too pessimistic also. Like there's like the interest rates have been very high, so that's like, and because the electric vehicles are, the initial investment is so larger than in petrol and these combustion engines, that's a big factor. Like we used to have those low interest rates, so it didn't bother so much, but I think that's a very, very big factor now that people are, and there's also this that like quite a weird the EVs in the past like 2 years, or at least like 1 year, they have the prices have gone down a lot, but because people are still expecting the downward trend to continue, because it has been continuing for a while, like these manufacturers have been slashing prices, so maybe they are continuing the prices to still decrease, and they are they want to wait. They don't want to look stupid and buy when the prices are still high, if they are still going down, if they expect them to still go down. So there was some was this Osborne effect or what like this, that let's see, and like in general the registrations of customers canceling or deferring orders for soon to... Okay, this is a little bit different. Oh yeah, this is a little bit different. Yeah, this is like... this was more to do with like people not buying cars so much in the past years in general, because they are waiting for these cheaper EVs to come, electric vehicles. Like we still like, I think like maybe this year and maybe even more in the next year we are getting these more like competitive priced EVs, and I don't know, but of course it's interesting to see what, of course, like if EU will also be setting tariffs for the Chinese electric vehicles, and there was also like very like sad news about Volkswagen investing 50 or like shifting 58 billion euros from electric vehicle development to combustion engine development, and that's kind of like could be kind of like a signal of giving up on the EV race because of the Chinese undercutting the prices. And there was also I've connected two dots here that are a little bit worrying as well. That like the German what's the German EPP party, the CSU or something like that, CCU. They were campaigning in the parliamentary elections that they're gonna abolish this 2035 zero emission target. So this could be a connection, like it's a German manufacturer that's gonna give up on focusing on EVs, and the German big party kind of like not being in such favor of electric vehicles anymore. So if the Volkswagen kind of like knows that, or if they kind of like are confident that the target is gonna be like the zero target is gonna be delayed or something like that, or so then they would be more confident in investing to the combustion engines. And I don't know, because there will be still bigger market for them than this current framework admits. I don't know, but that's a little bit negative news there. Yes, that's true. I think I saw a graph like it and we are kind of like yes, it's not super off. Like it might be in like some cases it could be this year or next year, but that's like also like one of those things, like some fusion energy or something, that it's always been delayed by a year or two or something like that, but it should be like very soon. Just gonna try. I had some quite nice. Yeah, it might especially be because especially like Volkswagen, like if it's such a big like thing in Germany, so they might have lots of like political power there, and like of course like German auto industry in general, and maybe like also like European auto industry. So it's a little bit scary, but like maybe my opinion is that like if we are in such a bad like competitive situation against the Chinese, and we really want our industry to do well, then we should rather have the tariffs than to have this kind of like policy change about like delaying the targets, because like the German cars, I don't think like if we only had like European manufactured cars, maybe with Chinese components though, but we would still be they would also be quite competitive against the combustion engine cars pretty soon. Like it could be a little bit more delayed, but I don't think like it would be, or like it wouldn't be that. This was like one. I'm gonna show you one. This is not the graph that I was looking for, but let's see. Let's see if the Twitter actually works. Okay, yeah, this was pretty interesting. Like this is this is basically the price of like the batteries in electric cars, or kind of like an index or kind of indicator. And there was like there was quite a bit of increase, like maybe like war and like some production troubles and stuff like that, but now we are also already like quite low there. I wonder what it would be nice to see that even further in left to the, but I think this could be like also like the lowest level ever, but this is not also like it's not so much like about maybe not the best indicator for the, I think the electric car prices have it's been even better. Okay, now I think I found Found the graph that I was looking for. So this is so the black is average US car price and the green is cheapest 300-mile range EV, so 450 kilometers, or a little bit more. And actually, so it's cheaper to have this kind of EV than like the average car. And I think you can see here, actually the one that I had here about these sell prices, the jump here in the end of 2021. It might, okay, I'm not sure. Yeah, it probably like correlates with this jump here in the EV prices, but then they have decreased quite a bit, quite a like a fast trend here, and yeah, they are now cheaper. Yeah, I think it's nice to have this kind of like maybe not include all the EVs, but this kind of like 300 miles. That's already like quite a lot of mileage, or quite a lot of. But yeah, and of course this can be a little bit. Is the cheapest? So there might be some like what's the second cheapest? I don't know. Yeah, it's a little bit like it's not too many data points. Like if that's kind of like some kind of outlier, the cheapest car. But yeah, but I still think the trend is clear, and then of course it's a market of heavy competition. So. So yeah, I think I will like make this graph look a little bit nicer, and then make some kind of post about it on Twitter and on this like about the current progress. But also thinking like, would I want to make those, because I had those lines like if we had this even decrease, so we would also like save a lot of emissions, but it wouldn't be too much harder maybe for the manufacturers, especially if we start like 2030 or something. So but yeah, but maybe I'm gonna end the stream now here, and I'm gonna at some point make this look a little bit nicer off stream. Yeah, thanks for watching, and see you. Bye.